Okay, welcome everyone to Gokula House. Namaste everyone. This is our Sunday afternoon Kirtan, as always. Mantra meditation. If anyone hasn't got a mantra sheet, they're up there. Normally I just do 15 minutes and then a friend Amir comes and we do the mindfulness meditation with the Goranga, but he's not coming today, so I'll take us through to 5:30 with mainly Goranga and the Maha Mantra, the Hare Krishna mantra. And it's call and response, so I say the mantra and you listen, then you say the mantra and I listen. The first two aren't on there, the mantras aren't on there. It's offering our respects to our spiritual teacher, so don't worry about the first two different ones, and then we'll just go into Goranga. Anyone have any questions before we start? Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimati Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa iti nami. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimati Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa iti nami. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Gauranga. Your turn. Gauranga. 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 Anga. 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Beautiful, thank you. Welcome everyone that's just come in. That was doing Gauranga, which means golden one, golden energy, and it's so easy to do. We don't need, it's nothing to do with our voices or musical abilities, luckily. And you can do it at home. Like I used to do the Gauranga in the car, like anywhere you like. You know, you can just start doing it. If you wake up at night and you can't sleep, it's a great way to go back to sleep or whatever. And you just do it exactly the same, and you can incorporate it with your breath. So you could just do the Gauranga, without any music, or if you play, you can play along. So we'll just do 15 minutes, 10 minutes more, and then someone's going to give us a talk. Will give us a talk on spiritual topics. So we'll just do another 10 minutes. Anyone who just came in and hasn't got a mantra sheet, they're just up near that lava light thing there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yoga. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Your turn. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Two together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Last one together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Beautiful. Thanks, everyone. And we'll invite Chadatmanadas to give us a talk. Thank you.
Hi, well, guys. Thank you. Nice to see a few new faces around. So, this is a part of the evening where we discourse a little bit on yoga philosophy. The Yoga Sutras, the wisdom of the Vedas. Being Vaishnava or those that appreciate the aspect of the personal feature of the Supreme. We discourse in favor of that view. A lot of times we'll start off with, basic education. And yoga, people think the hatha yoga or the exercises of yoga is yoga. Generally, a lot of people in the West are of that opinion. When you say that word yoga, they're thinking, twisting my body like a pretzel, making it very supple and, so I can do different asanas and later bring in the breathing with the asanas, the pranayama. And indeed that is there, but in reality that part of yoga, the yoga system, is simply pre-ABC. It's simply preparing the body to be endurable for you so you can use it for your spiritual pursuits. In other words, it helps you strengthen your body and your mind and your resolve so you can focus on spiritual subject matter, which is the real meaning of yoga. The real meaning of yoga being when you, the eternal spark of life, again unite in love with the supreme fire you're springing from. So yoga itself, the English word yoke, comes from yoga. And we know what that means. It means when two things come together and they link up. So that is the meaning. You, the soul, and then there's the supreme soul, and you link up. And the linking glue, so to speak, is love itself. You understand? So this is a real explanation of yoga. So to begin that process, there has to be a bit of a realization about myself. Who am I? Basically, what am I? I was just thinking before how in a lot of so-called, a lot of movies and that nowadays you have a lot of things, the special effects crews, they get in there and they make it look like the body is just something that can be manipulated like a machine. They put some demon in a person's body or something and he runs amok and does all kinds of damage and then he jumps into another body, also. And, and they try and push forward that view. In a sense, that's what it is. The body itself is no more than a machine. It's an incredible and quite remarkable machine, no doubt. But that's all it is. The soul or the self or the eternal living being temporarily at the point of conception. It's described how, in the Veda Sutras, how the living entity enters the womb of the appropriate mother and takes on the next body. The next body starts developing around. There's a nucleus there, and the nucleus is very supple. It's our desires and our karma that determine our next body, what we get. So, yes, in yoga, of course, there's reincarnation, and this is what I'm talking about. How when we leave this body we have on, we again, depending on who we are, and we will probably, quite possibly, enter the womb of another mother, and not always a human. Depending on our actions in this lifetime, depending on our desires in this lifetime. Yeah, people think, we're always evolving upward, that philosophy. No. I can degrade my consciousness or I can advance my consciousness. We all have this freedom, right? Degrading the consciousness, I can go and live like a dog if I want to, go to nightclubs, strip clubs, whatever, put my consciousness into that lower dimension where my goal of life is simply intoxication in women or whatever it may be, other, whatever my preference. I have that freedom to do that, but the problem is what it does, it binds you. Yeah, you create karma, you create action, and every action I'm doing, there's going to be a reaction to it. So in the Yoga Sutras, it talks about a real yogi as being akarma, no karma. And how's that possible? Because after all, I have a body on. We're in this world, aren't we? How do I get to a point where I don't make karma? I don't, yeah? And it's all a matter of coming to that awareness of who am I? What am I? What is my function? So therefore, in the yoga system, the first step in spiritual pursuits is to understand aham brahmasmi, that this material body is not me. We often give different analogies about this, and you may have heard them before, and bear with me if you have. But for those of you that are new, you can question your, you may get a person who, maybe we'll say back in 2005, filled out some official document, and they go along and, they're thinking the labels of my body is my identity. They write down their name, their nationality, their address, their occupation, different things pertaining to the body, different questions asking about their body, their marital status, whether they have children or not, so forth and so on, their nationality. Now, you can get that exact same person going along and filling out the same form 5 years later. And if you had the two forms together, you could be forgiven for thinking it's two different people. After all, I can go in tomorrow and change my name by deed poll, so that's not a problem. So obviously I'm not my name. My address can obviously change. My email address, oh God, I don't know about you guys, but I've probably 50 since the internet came out in the late 1990s. Email addresses everywhere. They all change. In this day and age, I could even change my gender if I went that way, if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? There's no stopping. If I was married, maybe my wife and children were killed in a car crash. So now I'm widowed and I'm childless. You understand? So pretty much everything on that form, maybe the only thing that would remain the same would be your date of birth and your country of birth. But everything else, pretty much speaking, can be changed. You can change your religion. You can change your occupation. Yeah, your nationality. I can go and live in New Zealand for a few months and apply for a New Zealand citizenship. So if a person is identifying themselves as being the labels on their body, then they're an illusion, because all those things can change in time. Yeah. So, from there we can take a jump into science itself, which tells us that as you're eating food, taking in water, air, sunlight, that the molecular particles of your body are continuously changing. Do you know the brain you have in your cranium wasn't there 5 days ago? It was a completely different mass of matter. It takes 3 to 4 days for every single molecular particle of the brain to renew itself. It's kind of like the nervous system is like this also. It's very fast. The turnover of matter is phenomenally fast. The hand I'm looking at here is not the same mass of matter that was there 1.5 to 2 years ago. It's not. Everything about that has changed. It's not one particle of matter in my hand now that was there 1.5 to 2 years ago. So how can I be my hand? And you can go through all your body like this. Every part of your body, your internal organs. Yeah. I mean, personally, I have a double knee replacement, so I've got some steel in there. And so I think after 15 years, when everything else has changed, I'll still have those, but that's still not me, because it's not part of my original body, is it? It's artificial. You understand? So that's the way it works. every single particle, every 5 to 7 years. 7 years because as we get older, metabolism does slow down. I can attest to that. Things run a little bit slower. But nevertheless, there's still that change constantly going on. And it's so gradual we barely notice, do we? I mean, you notice your fingernails growing and you clip them again. You notice your hair getting a bit long and you trim it off again. It's all the old particles coming out in the form of stool and urine, fingernails, skin, flaky, the flaky skin, the hair, So, sweat through the pores, It's quite amazing how it's all going on. But it's only going on because you are present within your body. As soon as your body gets to a point where it cannot function properly anymore, you have to leave it. This is called death. Death simply means you get kicked out. And you've got to move on. But like I was saying earlier, where you go, you can have a say in that. You don't have to be just thrown out with your karma and your desires and end up again in some situation that maybe you didn't really want, This is called samsara, the wheel of birth, disease, old age, and death. Birth, disease, old age, and death. And apparently, if we're here now, we've been rolling on it, according to the Yoga Sutras, for a very long time. You've had a lot of bodies in the past, but you don't have to continue with this. So the method of yoga practice we teach here is, or we like to pass on to people here, is very simple. It's simply chanting the names of the Supreme. Chanting yoga sound. Yoga sound. And simply by hearing that sound, that's all you need. You don't need to even come here again. But if you do take these sounds into your life and apply them in your own personal life, there will be an effect. And it's not a promise, it's not like that. It's simply there will be an effect. Much like, we had a few days ago, do you remember it was really cold? We had frost. I don't know about here, but in Geelong it was frosty. The ground was white. It was really cold. But as soon as you go out in the sun when it comes up, what happens? You get warm. Now, you don't believe that. You don't not believe it. It just happens, doesn't it? So it's the same with chanting. If you apply it in your life, there is going to be a result, just like that sun would warm your body without even thinking about it. So similarly, there's going to be a result simply by chanting. It's that potent. It's not a light thing. There's no hard and fast rules to chanting. You don't have to be a special person. You don't have to be a purified person. It's for anyone. You can chant to anyone. You can chant for your own well-being. You can chant for the well-being of others. Even the animals, even the creatures, the trees, the insects. Why? Because there's life everywhere. There are spirit souls just like you and I, inhabiting all kinds of species of life according to their past desires and karma. They've been put into a different species, maybe a dog, a cat, even a tree. Yeah, they're living beings. Everyone knows the difference between a live tree and a dead tree, right? Yeah, a dead tree, it's just dry stuff that snaps and you throw it in the fire. But a live tree, it's green, it's got leaves, it's got life, it's got birds in it, it's a living organism, right? So the distinction between life and death is always there, but all that death is, it means that the apartment that living entity was living in is broken down, they've had to leave. That's all it is. If you have that wisdom on board, that basic wisdom from the Yoga Sutras, that basic understanding of who am I? I'm the eternal spark of life temporarily residing in this body. And one day this body will break down and I will have to leave it. That awareness alone can save you from all kinds of misery in life. Because not only do you apply it to yourself, but you can apply it to everyone around you. Yeah. So when a dear friend dies or leaves their body, you can carry that with you. You can even use it. use that wisdom to explain to others so their grief is lessened. You understand? So that way you're helping people, you're serving people, you're doing a wonderful thing. My brother passed away a few years back, and boy, I bet they didn't wish me to get up and speak. But I did. I opened with, guess what, guys? Your turn's coming. This is the wake at a funeral. But I thought, no, I'll just tell the truth as I know it. And afterwards, I had everyone coming up. There were all his relatives. It was a huge gathering. He was very... Anyway, I won't go into it, but there's 2,500 people there. He's a very popular person. I had these people coming up saying, God, I hope you're around when I'm leaving. I say, well, probably not. So it's better if you get your act together yourself. You figure it out yourself. I mentioned chanting. I mentioned that. That's the key. Chanting is the beginning and the end of this process. It's not that you chant to arrive at a certain point and then you give the chanting up and move on. No. It's that you start chanting and the chanting gets more attractive and more attractive and more, and you enter into the sound. Because within the sound of the Supreme is the Supreme Abode, is that dimension known as Vaikuntha. Om, Omkara, is the original sound vibration of the Absolute Truth that permeates the entire universe and helps begin the process of creation, and all the planets coming into existence, all the various species of life entering into all the various planets. And yes, there's life everywhere in this universe. We shouldn't take the materialistic view that, it's just this earth sustains life. It's absurd. What, out of millions and millions of places out there? When this is one? No, it's describing every single place, every single planet, every single moon, every single star has life on it. Like it describes the sun planet, Vivasvan. The bodies there are predominantly fire, so we have no entrance. Our bodies are predominantly earth and water. It's just like the fish here, they can live in the ocean. We can't without artificial help. You understand? So everyone's put into the environment they're meant to be in. The moon planet, it's considered a heavenly planet, and the bodies there are predominantly air. We can't see them, they're ethereal. It's like that. We have no entrance, right? Just like you have no entrance into the ocean to live. So there's life everywhere, and we should appreciate this. And let alone our own environment. There's all kinds of creatures here, and each and every one of them should be respected. Here's my brother. He's in the body of a worm. What are you doing, my friend? Why are you in that? What are you doing? Haribo, Krishna. So you chant to him. Give him a helping hand. So this is the path we follow here. So we had the doors open and we hope people come and we offer them the chanting, and we hope you take the chanting into your own life. It's your freedom to do that or not to do it. It's totally up to you. But at least our job is done if we offer it. And we offer a little bit of the yoga philosophy, just enough to help people get an idea. So our position here in this world is that we're generally dominated over by this material energy. We don't control much at all, contrary to what a lot of people may tell you. There are natural disasters that keep us checked. Earthquakes, tsunamis. What was that tsunami a few years back? 500,000 people. So sad, through Malaysia there. Gosh. No control. No, they didn't, no control. So Mother Nature herself, she can check us. There are social elements that dominate us. You must stop at the red light. Otherwise you risk killing yourself or someone else, or having your license taken away from you to drive. You know what I'm saying? There's rules we've got to follow. Do not park there. Yeah. Do not kill another human being. All these rules. And we should follow them. That to help govern society and keep it more peaceful. That's what it's about. As dutiful citizens, we should do that. Not agitate. So social forces dominate us in all kinds of levels. You know, the whole COVID thing, that whole lockdown, if you don't believe me, just think about that. They closed the whole planet, didn't they? First time in my lifetime they've done that. And I'm 71 years old. So we have our identity or our essence to consider, that aham brahmasmi, I am spirit and I'm not matter. And while I'm in this world, I'm generally dominated over by natural forces, by social forces, by my own body and mind. My own mind being probably the worst of all. Most people you see in public places suffer. You know, they suffer. How many, on that mental level, you don't even notice it. They hide it. But you know, everyone's suffering in some way or another. You know, your taxes are overdue, so there's a great concern. You know, there's all these various concerns in life on that mental level. Maybe a relationship is breaking down, you know, or maybe you're dominated by the joy of a new relationship and the happiness that brings. You know, we're dominated by something or other, happiness or distress, both the same coin, different sides. So then we have, if the question may arise that if I am eternal, then what should I actually be doing for my internality? Should I be taking birth after birth on samsara, back to the womb, again and again? Or is there something else that I should be doing? The Yoga Sutras kindly point out, yes, there is something else you should be doing. And that is cultivating your forgotten relationship and connection with the Supreme in love. Okay, so how do I do this? Well, once again, the most simplest method in this age is simply through chanting. Simply by chanting the sound representations of the Absolute Truth, you can taste a nectar in that chanting that is far, far beyond anything this world can offer you. There's a joy in it. There's a great transcendental joy, an awakening, a liberation, full of love and hope. And you get a drop of that, and the amazing thing is that if you continue, it expands. It's like a ripple that goes out. So it's not that you achieve love for the divine, and now I've got that. No. That's why I'm saying the chanting, you start the chanting and it gets better and better and better. It's like a ripple effect. It expands. So the joy and the love itself expands eternally. So that's all we're offering. And we hope you might consider it and apply it in some way in your own life. What else? What do you got to lose? You know, you go home, you take the chanting with you in your heart and your mind. Try it out next time you're really distressed. Oh, that old guy there at the Gokula house, he said that if I if I'm distressed and I sit down and chant, I may get some relief. I don't know. Well, I've got nothing else to do. Okay, I'm so distressed, I may as well try it anyway. You know, you would be amazed. Your distress turns to happiness. Your anxiety will turn into hope. You know, you won't feel lost. You won't feel empty. You know, for God's sakes, I've been doing this 50 years. Surely you would think I get sick of it. I don't think I'm that stupid that I used to really like Jimi Hendrix and some of his music, but these days I really don't care about it. It sort of wore out. But the chanting hasn't worn out. And I'm still chanting the same tunes, for God's sakes. So there's obviously something in it. It's got me hooked anyway. And I know my life has been much more peaceful and happy because of it. I know this. And so I want you, all I want is what my spiritual master wanted me to have. He wanted me to have what he was experiencing, and that is that joy in love for the Supreme. And that's what it's all about. So in some way or other, we try and pass on. If you hear something, you pass it on to someone if you get a chance. It's not that Lord Chaitanya, who is Krishna himself, he appears and tells us that, he told us that by my command, you hear this message and you go and tell others the same thing. You go and tell others what you've heard. I always tell people to chant. Go Hari Bol, my friend, Hari Bol. Hari Bol means chant the name of Hari. Hari being a name of the Supreme. That means basically the sustainer and he who takes away all the problems of the living entities. Yeah. And it's real. It's not a fantasy. It's been around since time immemorial. Thoroughly honest men and women, billions and millions of them before us have followed this path. They're not such saintly persons are not interested in lying to us. It's not a joke, it's not a game. It's actually real. And it's just a matter of whether you want it or not. What this world offers is not real. Your body itself is not real. If you're thinking you are an Australian, if you're in a female form and you're thinking you're a female, if you're in an Indian body, you're thinking Indian, in a Caucasian body, thinking it's all illusion, because it ends with the ending of the body. But you still exist. What am I going to do now that all that identity's gone? Whoa, wow, man. You know? And Krishna kindly describes in the Bhagavad Gita that when you leave your body, what carries you to your next destination is your desire and your karma. Well, here's the big secret in all this. When you're chanting, when you're absorbed in the absolute truth, you're performing a karma activity. There is no karma involved. It is considered without karma. Karma is simply action in this world that binds you to this world. And as far as desires are concerned, well, your desires for this world dwindle. The more you apply this process, the more you see this world for the illusion it really is. Yeah. That Magnum ice cream will not bring me the happiness that the advertisement tells me it will bring. It's that simple. I mean, it's a simplistic analogy, but that's how this world is. All these things were offered to bring us happiness, from another person, body, to possessions we own, our bank accounts, they're all false promises of happiness, So that's why occasionally I'll throw in that analogy about the fish. We're like fish out of water here. This is also taught in the Yoga Sutras. You see the fish flapping on the wharf. Oh, my little friend, I see you're suffering. Here's a gold card. It's got unlimited credit. No, he's still flapping. Oh, here's the keys to the mansion just down the road. Beautiful house worth $5 million. No, he's still flapping. Oh, here's Mrs. Trailer. She could be your wife. No, he's still flapping. Give him a Ferrari. No, he's not interested in any of it. We know what's going to make him happy as soon as someone picks him up and puts him back in the water. He's back in his environment. Wow. His life comes back. So you, the spirit soul, are the same. You're in the material energy. It's like being a fish out of water. As soon as you start chanting, you again start entering into that spiritual energy. And that's why you start feeling life in it. You feel love. You feel happiness and hope. Everything you want is found there. Everything your heart's desire. You want permanency. Yeah? All right, I think they're ready with the dinner, so I better finish. Otherwise, I'll go on all night. But thank you very much. It's just a little insight, hopefully, that you can go away and think these ideas. So as I bring you dinner out, we'll chant, and then we'll have dinner, and at about 6:30 again, we start chanting and go through to about 8 o'clock. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Haribol, guys. All right, let's get into this eating thing and then we can get back to the chanting. Haribol. Chaitanya Nityananda, 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 Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda,
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 Chaitanya Nityananda,
Chaitanya Nityananda,
Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda,
Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Haribol. So Chaitanya Nityananda. Chaitanya and Nityananda are none different than Krishna and Balaram. You see them up here, picture of Krishna and Balaram up here. So they reappeared as Chaitanya and Nityananda for our benefit just a few hundred years ago. In the beginning of Kali Yuga, this age we live in, sometimes the Lord descends to bring the chanting of the holy names. And Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya would travel and get people everywhere chanting the holy names of the Lord. So he's the Supreme appearing to show how we should approach the Supreme. Lord Nityananda used to go around begging people to chant the name of Lord Chaitanya. He would knock on people's doors and he would beg them, please just say the name Chaitanya, Gauranga Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya. And if they wouldn't, he would go down on his knees and beg them with hands folded in very humble state. This is Lord Balaram himself. This is how merciful the Supreme is. If they still wouldn't chant, he would roll on the ground with tears in his eyes, broken-hearted that they didn't want to chant, and he would beg them. He would say, if you just chant once the name of Lord Chaitanya, I will be indebted to you for all eternity. Yeah, and so if we're chanting the names of Lord Chaitanya, we know that we can be pleasing to Lord Nityananda. And this is how we gain favor in our spiritual life. Your spiritual knowledge, your spiritual strength is given to you. It's not something you can earn by your own strength. Love for God is something that is there within all of us, but we've forgotten. We've come into association with this material energy and we've forgotten. So Krishna and Balaram have appeared as Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda to wake us up. Wake up, sleeping soul. Well, this is Lord Chaitanya. How long have you been asleep in the lap of the witch called Maya? Maya means illusion. There is no medicine for this poison except what I am bringing you. This is what he tells us. In other words, we're like poisoned in this world. We're under a trance. We think this world is our home. We think this body is me. So it's a type of trance the living entity is put under. He said, there's no other medicine, but I brought the only medicine that will work for you, and that is the holy names of the Lord. So take these names and chant them. So this is what we're doing. Chanting these sound representations of the Supreme. All right, so just chant with love. Try and focus on the sound. Just rest on the sound. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama.
We steal everyone's songs and put them chanting to them. You may hear Cat Stevens, little Cat Stevens number that sometimes our friend, dear friend, Prana chants, or different things. This is an old Eric Clapton thing, but don't be disillusioned. I play nothing like Eric Clapton does. But what makes it work is the chanting, the sound, the holy names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shama Sundar, Vrindavan, Haribo, Radharani, Shama Sundar, Vrindavan, Haribo.
Radharani Shani Sundar, Vrindavan Haribo. Radharani Shani Sundar, Vrindavan Haribo.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Radharani, Shama Sundar, Vrindavan, Haribo. Radharani, Shama Sundar, Vrindavan, Haribo.
Radharani Shama Sundar, Vrindavan Haribo. Radharani Shama Sundar, Vrindavan Haribo.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo
Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo, Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo.
Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo, Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo.
Let's all chant. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, one more. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Haribol. Krishna. If we can invite Jiva Krishna Das to please come up and chant us.
everybody. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana, Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Rahama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana, Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Madana Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana, Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana, Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana, Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana, Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana, Mohana.
Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Gopala, Govinda, Radha, Mohana. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, 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 Gopala, Govinda, Gopala, Govinda, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala. Dana Mohana Hala Govinda Gopala Govinda Rama Dana Mohana Hala Govinda Gopala Govinda Rama Dana Ana Gopala Govinda Rama Dana Gopala Govinda Nana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Adana Mohana. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. Let's all sing together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare, Hari Bol. Okay, what are we going to do? We've got a few minutes left. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare, Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare for just one very, very short one. Finish off. I don't know whether it goes slow or... What are we doing? Slow or? It's slow now. I've stopped. Hare Krishna. No, it's too slow. Sometimes I don't know what kind of chant to do. Gopala, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Gopala, 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 Govinda. Gopala, Gopala, Govinda, 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 Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Gopala, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, That's it, everybody. Namaste. Thank you all very much for coming and helping make all of us together. We all make a beautiful kirtan. And thank you very much for Joe for a beautiful dinner. Yeah, come on, give it up. Yes, Haribol, and there's lots of things here during the week if anybody lives, not too far away. And other than that, we'll see you next time. We'll be here, unless I won't say it. If the fates allow it, we'll be here next week. Thank you, Haribol. And if anybody wants to stick around a little bit, there's a little bit of chai, beautiful chai coming. Thank you.